Crockodogopig. The Crockodogopig was sad, and he wasn't sad a lot, but he really wasn't happy one teensy weensy jot. His smile wasn't smiling, and his grin wouldn't grin. He was sighing on this day, which is when we'll begin. He was mopily moping around in his cavern, when his friend came round. His name was Darren. "What's the matter?" asked Darren, who was a hippopotamouse. "Why are you moping alone in your house?" "My smile isn't smiling, and my grin has gone flat. My funny bone is broken, so that is that. I'll never be happy, not an ounce, not a fig. I will be the saddest ever, Crockodogopig." "I know what has happened," said the hippopotamouse. "You've had your happy stolen by that naughty kangarlouse. He's a naughty little bounder, from his claws to his teeth. He's a liar and a blackguard, and I'm sure that he's a thief. I saw him with your happy walking over there. I think he took away your happy back to his lair." "The tallish one with tentacles, the one who's really big, the one who bounces all day long?" asked Crocodogopig. "Yes, that's the one, the nasty beast, whose evil is apparent. We should go and sort him out," suggested lovely Darren. "What did my happy look like? Was it big? Was it small? Was it oval? Was it bird-like? Was it chubby? Was it tall? Was it a single bit of happy, or two bits joined together? Was it wood, or was it metal? Was it paper? Was it leather? Did it look heavy? Was it light? Did it have any smell? Like a farmyard or some flowers? Did you touch it? Could you tell?" "Well," said the hippopotamouse, "it was really rather small. It was all dried up and shriveled, no bigger than a ping-pong ball. It really was quite tiny, like a slug that's been in the sun. It didn't look too happy. It didn't look much fun." "Well," said the Croc, quite taken aback, "it's my only happy, and I'd really like it back. I don't care if it's tiny and small like a bug. I don't care if it's black and shriveled like a slug." Crocodogopig was crying, and he wiped away his snot. "I want my happy back, Hip. It's the only one I've got." "So," said Crocodogopig, leaving his house, "let's go and see that old kangarlouse. He's taken my happy and taken my smile. I think I'd like to talk with him a while." The Croc and Hip started their walk. They were both so scared that they barely even talked. They knew Kangarlouse was an awful old thief who had tiger-like claws and rotten black teeth. He had wild, staring eyes and dirty old toes. He had mouldy cheese breath and wore filthy clothes. And soon they were there, so very scared. They had arrived at the Kangarlouse lair. It was horrible, tall like a mountain of towers, surrounded by awful and terrible flowers. It was painted with pinks and light baby blues. The Croc and Hip really shook in their shoes. They waited a while, entirely quiet. "You should knock on the door, Croc. You really should try it." But his fear got the best of him, and Darren ran away, leaving Croc all alone by himself on that day. But Croc found his courage, crept over the grass. He got to the window and peered through the glass. What he saw almost gave him a quick heart attack, for the Kangarlouse's face was staring right back. He was handsome and perfect and terribly vile. He was staring right back and showing his smile. In a flash he'd opened his great big front door and stood there before him, right there on the floor. So, this was the creature that everyone feared. He seemed quite friendly, though his accent was weird. "Hello," he said, which he used as a greeting. "How lovely it is that we two are meeting." Yes," said Crocodogopig, finding his voice. "I needed to see you and I had no choice but to come here today, and right here to your house. I wanted to talk, Mr. Kangarlouse." "Please call me Gerald," the Kangarlouse said. "Oh," said the Croc, "please call me Ned. I know this sounds weird and quite a lot sappy, but I'd really like to have back my happy. It's my only one, though I know it's quite small, but it's better than not having any at all." "Of course," said the Kangarlouse. "Won't you come in? But I can't offer food, my pantry's quite thin." Then he led him through corridors and chambers below, and they got to a door with the word studio. He opened it up and showed him right in, and Croc's happy was near, so he showed off a grin. The studio held 50 happies or more. There were some on the shelves, there were some on the floor. There were big ones and small ones, and some made of silk. Some the colour of sky, some the colour of milk. One of them catgut and one of them brass, and one in a jar which was made of green gas. One made of music, another was light. One partially cloud, one partially night. Two of them satin and one of them gold. Some of them young, a couple were old. Two that were tweed and one that was tartan. One made of yoghurt, and another was Spartan. One was of granite, another was sack, but as hard as he looked, he couldn't find black. Crook's grin was fading and went quickly away. In a tiny little voice Gerald heard him say, "Where is my happy? Why, it's not even here. I'd like it, you see, to give me some cheer." "Why, you've already seen it," said Gerald with glee. "It's right over here, come follow me." And as he led him, he told such a wonderful story. He said, "I saw that your happy was poorly. You were walking round town with a frown. You didn't seem up, you seemed rather down. So I took it away like a thief in the night, and I fed it all up, so now it's all right. It's that one right there." "The one that looks old?" "No, the one next to it, the one that is gold." Then all of the happies in the room suddenly grew. "They've all got much bigger, because they're so close to you. You see, happiness makes all the happies get fat, like a hug from your friend, or a stroke of a cat, or a joke, or a hug, or a song, or a sing, or a smile, or kindness, or the joy they bring." With his eyes wide like golf balls, Croc picked his happy up. With tears in his eyes, he stroked it like a pup. "Now remember," said Gerald, "happiness isn't for free. You've got to be kind and you've got to be free. You have to be honest and thoughtful and true, so your happy can grow and be kinder to you. If you don't think about others and yourself only, your happy will get rather skinny and bony. And nobody wants a happy that's floppy, so do what I do. Yes, you really should copy. Give a kiss, give some time, get out of the house. Listen to the words of the old kangaroos. Be a pal, bake a cake, and send a nice letter. Then I guarantee you will feel so much better. And others around will be happier too. Then the world will be happy and much, much less blue." Well, Gerald and Ned became friends without frowns, and helped people be happy all around town. If they saw a happy that was scrappy or old, they took out their brushes and painted it gold.